Hello, so welcome to my presentation on Algebra, a beginner course. Now, in the last episode, we discussed a specific example for linear equality and also for linear inequality. Now, this is the time for us to consider combinations of linear equalities such that we form systems of equations. Now, if we have systems of equation, say for example, as given here by DeepSeek, we can solve this through substitution method. Now, the substitution method involves several steps. We will discuss each and every step. So the first one is to solve one equation for one variable. Okay. Second, substitute this expression into the other equation. Third, solve the resulting single variable equation, and we substitute it back to find the other variable. Now, essentially, let's try to solve a specific example so we can demonstrate all of the steps. Now, he has given us here the equation, the systems of linear equations. X plus 5, x plus y equals 5, and 2x minus y equals 1. So, let me write it down and let's try to solve it. So, in my note, so here, we start here by writing the problem itself. So the problem is all about x. So x plus y equals 5 and 2x minus y equals 1. Now, the first step is to solve an equation for one variable. So we try to solve that, and let's try x for example. So for x, now all we need to do is to transpose the y here on the other side. So all we have now is x equal to 5 minus y. And there we have it. We have successfully done the first step. Now the second step, we need to substitute this expression to the other equation. So we are left with the other equation. So that's 2 multiplied by, since the value of x here is we have solved it to be 5 minus y, might as well put it there. So minus y equals 1. So essentially, whatever we solve here in the first step, so step 1, this value, we need to put it here, okay, in the other equation. So specifically for x. Now this is step 2. Okay, now that's it. We move on with step 3. All we need to do is to solve the resulting single variable equation. Now, why is it a single variable equation? Because it only involves y. So effectively, we have reduced a system wherein here we have x and y. We have two variables, and then we have successfully reduced it to a single or one variable equation involving y only. So let's try to perform the operation. So what we need to do is to distribute 2 within the parentheses. So 2 multiplied by 5, so we have 10 minus, so all we need to do is to multiply, so that's 2y, okay, minus y equals 1. Now we can combine this 2, so that's 10 minus 3y equals 1. Then we can transpose 3y in the other side, and the 1 in the left side, so 10 minus 1. So effectively, we have 9 equals 3y. And there we have it. If we divide everything by 3, so this becomes now y equals 3. And that's the solution for the value of y. And we have successfully done number 3, or step 3. Now for the so this is step 3. For the last step, 4, now we can substitute it back to x equals 5 minus y, and we know that our y now is 3. So all we need to do now is to substitute for 3, so our x now is 2. And that's it. we have accomplished every step here. Now, of course, we can try to provide a check. So, additional step is for us to check so that you could be assured of your answer. So, again, let's try to use the other equation, which is 2x minus y equals 1. So, our x is 2, so your y is 3 equals 1. So, all we need to do now is multiply 2 by 2, so 4 minus 3 equals 1. And indeed, it is correct. Now, let's try to have another example. Now, here I have prepared another program. Now, the program is I have written it such that it is a web page that will involve solving linear equations by substitution or an elimination, and we can also have a visualization such that it could display a graph. So let's try to see. So let's try to open the program in Chrome. So it's essentially I have converted it to a game. So we have a clue here. So the first clue is we have this systems of equation to solve. So we can try to use substitution first. So let's try to see what's the solution. So I'll try to list everything down. So that's 3y equals 10. Now 4x plus 3y equals 8. Okay, so the first step is solve the first equation for x. Now we can use this first equation. All we need to do is transpose the 3y in the other side. So we have, for step 1, we have x equals 10 minus 3y. And that's it for our step 1. Now for step 2, then all we need to do now is to substitute it to the second equation. Okay, substitute it to the second equation. Now the second equation is 4x plus 3y equals 8. And we all know that the x here is 10 minus 3y. So effectively, we have reduced the system from two variable x and y to a single variable that is involving only y. So all we need to do now is to solve this. So this one is 40. So 3 times 4 is 12 plus 3y equals 8. Now we can combine this. So minus 12 plus 3 is minus 9y equals, so 40, and this one is 8. Well, we can transpose it to the other side. So the 9y, so it becomes positive. This one 40, and transpose 8 in the other side, so it becomes minus 8. Therefore, we have something like 32 equals 9y. And this is simply, if you divide both sides by 9, then our y is 32 over 9. Is that correct? Okay, so that's correct. So we have 32 here over 9. And that is equivalent to 3.56. So let's try to write that. 3.56. Okay. So now that we know the value for y, we can substitute it back for us to solve for y. Okay. So here we can try to use the equation 10 minus 3y. So x equals 10 minus 3y. Now the x here is 10 minus 3 We know that our value for y is 32 over 9. Therefore, the value of our x is, so this is the last step. So this is 10 minus, so this one is 3. We cancel that out and this becomes 3. So that's 32 over 3. Now in dealing with fractions, all we need to do is to find the common denominator. So obviously the common denominator is 3, so we have to set it to 3. Now for it to become the resulting value to be 10, this has to be 30, simply because 30 over 3 is indeed 10. So minus 32 over 3. So all we need to do now is perform the operation. So over 3, 30 minus 32 is negative 2. Okay? And that is indeed negative. If you use your trusty calculator, that's negative 0.67. Okay? And all we need to do now is to choose the correct answer here. Yes, our solution is correct, so it's 0.67 and 3.58. So that's our solution. So x is 0.67 and y is 3.56. Now in the next episode, we will try to explain more on how to visualize these equations and plot the resulting system, and you will find out that the solution is graphically an intersection designated by this green circle. But for now, that's all, and thank you.